Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pop Art Hunter channel, and today we've got an unboxing. Lots of goodies inside here, I think, if I remember correctly. We'll see if I remember what I even ordered. Let's get started. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this unboxed. I am not 100% thrilled. I'm a picky man. You'll notice this if you watch my videos, because when we're unboxing the actual pieces, one, I need to fill in a little time. I could just skip over this, but then you don't get the unboxing experience of actually, getting the paper cuts or the knife cuts, actually smelling the tape and the dust and seeing the things that are on the packaging. But I really don't care for when people reuse these boxes like this and try to make another box out of them. Listen, I pay a lot of money for the things that I get in the mail. I pay a lot of money for the cells. I pay a lot of money for the production art. I pay a lot of money for the books and all the little tchotchkes and gadgets. I pay a lot of money for these things. I don't mind paying just a little bit extra and you put it in a real box. I don't mind it. I do not mind it. What I do mind is getting something, what I feel is a little bit makeshift, because it literally is. I don't know what the definition verbatim is for makeshift, but this seems makeshift. So I'm not a big fan of that, and especially with these boxes with the adhesive. I mean, they close. I mean, it's rife for possible tragedy with the things that you get. I can't even. They have this in there. I'm just gonna completely tear the box apart because I think they have it taped within that, which creates its own issues. Yeah, so it's actually stuck to the sticky part over here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just say that this is the best packaging job that has ever been. Thank you, seller. It's not that terrible. It's just sort of like, it makes me nervous, what the pieces are going to come out looking like, if they're going to be in a good way or not. And then also, I'm surprised it makes it through the various postal or package carriers. And then also, I don't think you're really supposed to be reusing those boxes in that fashion. There's lots of things to complain about. But here's the thing: I have no complaints today because I don't think these are going to be damaged. As I'm opening them here, it seems like the cardboard's pretty intact. It's got a little bit of a fold here. I think I actually just created that myself. But some pretty cool pieces in here, I believe. What in the actual? Okay, give me a second here. So we have file folders that have been repurposed, and I kid you not, this is practically laminated. It is actually laminated with packing tape on top of this, adhering it to the cardboard. It's like I'm involved with like precise surgery now, trying to get this thing out of its wrapper. I hope that's not an actual piece. It kind of looked there on the side there like maybe a piece had gotten stuck to the tape. Like maybe one of the pieces of artwork inside is stuck. That would not make me thrilled. So let's hope for the best there. This is unreal. I cannot actually believe that is how that is packaged. Because tape is not going to help if the package is bent in half. So all this does is make it much more difficult to unpack it. Which, as you're unpacking it, then you can cause more damage if you're not careful. Now, the good thing is I've done this about a bajillion times. Give or take a couple bajillion. And so I kind of know some of the tips and tricks not to completely ruin things. But good night, nurse. Like, this is just too much tape. I didn't know this much tape existed. Again, thank you to the person who sold this to me. I will tell you that I will donate a few dollars in your name to a green organization of your choice, because your carbon footprint, having created all of this tape, has increased. And I'm not much of a green guy. I shred paper in the morning for fun. I do it for fun. I don't care about my carbon footprint, but this makes me concerned that my legacy is going to be tainted. Okay, we're in. We are in. Let us enjoy. Whew, that was a chore. Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah, yes. So we have some Ren and Stimpy concept art. Here's the thing about these. There's some stuff that's a little bit more polished and done. I believe, as far as I remember from what I purchased, but these are a little bit more in that rough format. Like, what are we going to make this look like? What's Ren going to look like in this scene? How are we going to make him look? What's the dimensions? It kind of gives, it's sort of a practice page. And it's just, some neat drawings. And I want to be able, like, I can frame this alone and it tells a story. And so I think that's really neat. Also, you can see how they practiced. Like, how are we going to make his lips look? How are the teeth going to look when it opens? Here's the eye. Like, they actually practice. Like, look at this. How are we going to make him look up or look disturbed here? And you can see in blue line, very faintly here, the teeth. So this drawing here, they kind of showed what it's going to look like and then kind of traced it over there to see what it was going to look like once that motion opened. Just really, really neat. So we have Stimpy here. That's also really cool. I stinking love this one. That's great. Like, it's got some really cool expressions here. This is just adorable. Classic Stimpy. And it kind of folds into the rest. Almost like a Mount Rushmore of sorts. Like, it's they all kind of different figures on the same mountain there. This one's just weird. I think that's why I liked it. It showed that I think they can have a little bit of fun in the studio. What is this exactly? I don't know if that actually made it into the show. And then there's just this weird. I don't know what this is. Is this kind of looks like that's supposed to be his hand? And I think they just got bored in the middle of doing stuff. The way that this is drawn here, this almost looks like maybe Stimpy, like they were starting Stimpy or something. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. But again, this just goes back to that, what the process was like when they were, in the studio trying to come up with these episodes, drawing what it was going to look like, trying to get from their brains into or onto the paper what they were expecting and what they were looking for. Here's another one of Ren. It's on a little bit thinner paper. So he's got a little bit of a kind of a smug, upset look on his face. And this is the firefighter. I believe from the Fire Dogs episode. I might have been in other stuff too. I don't remember all the episodes. It's been a while. Keep teeth real. So they wanted the teeth to have a real look to them. You can see them practicing like the molars with the little indentions and lines in here. So they note to keep them as real as possible. And there we go. That's what we ended up with. Okay, this next set, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know here. I was trying to take a look. Well, I guess we'll see as we go along here. There was one set that was kind of a series of them. So this, it says start pose. And I believe it goes to the next one. So this says start pose number 1. And then it seems like we're missing a page here. So we're missing maybe a 2. And this one is number 3. And so it would have started out like this, and then there would have been something in the middle, and then it would have gone to this. And so it kind of shows the progression of this scene. Rubs underwear on beard stubble. You have to love a note like that. 3C, 3B, so I think that would have probably been in between here. So let's go ahead and put that in the right order. And then she's loving the underwear here. She's loved rubbing that underwear on her stubble. And then underwear sticks to face and rips off of the nail. Rip. And then they have underwear in red, and they show that there. So, I don't even recall what where this episode is, what this was from, but I really like that it was in such a sequence together that it showed them, kind of that progression of that scene. But again, in such a raw format. I mean, this isn't what they use to trace the scene with. This is just the storyboarding almost of what they were going to do with this. So yeah, neat pieces here. I love this, and I especially love the Ren and Stimpy sketches, kind of just those very rough mock-ups of stuff and just practices. I mean, that's just I absolutely love this. Love it, love it, love it. I'm pretty excited for these pieces. I have some Ren and Stimpy sketches that were used to then make production cells. I've got some of the production cells themselves, but I don't really have anything earlier than that. I don't have anything like this concept art or the little sketches and doodles or character mock-ups that they used to sort of make those sketches that then became the production cells. And so I think this is a neat addition to my collection to show the genesis of how the animation art process works. You know, you got a little twinkle in your eye and it turns into something more robust, like a sketch that's a little bit more framed up, and then turns into a production cell, and finally it becomes the actual show, the cartoon, the production, the movie. And so I think this is a really cool way for me to demonstrate to people who are interested what that process maybe sort of looks like along the way, and it's just a cool showpiece. I love Ren and Stimpy. It's one of my favorite shows, nostalgic back in the day when I would watch when I was a kid, and you know, it was adult in nature, so it had those gross out factors, and I think you know, a lot of people my age, you know, what, 19 something? No, not quite. A lot of people my age really remember Ren and Stimpy, and they like that era of cartoon art. And so I think this is a cool piece. I think people will enjoy this, not only seeing it you know, in my collection, but then also if I ever get rid of it, I'm sure this will be something coveted by somebody else in the future. So anyway, thanks for watching the unboxing, and hopefully we'll see you next time right here on Pop Art Hunter.